Welcome to Mainland, your local regional television station. I'm Graham O'Brien, and some of the stories coming up in today's news. Large early morning blaze closes road, climbing champs take to Church Hill trees, one voice to inspire, and more. For many in the suburb of Tahunanui this Monday morning, the sound of snap crackle pop was not their breakfast, but a truck and trailer carrying gas cylinders that caught fire in Quarantine Road. Cordons were put in place on Quarantine Road, and traffic wanting to get to Nelson's Airport had to follow police diversions. Nearby residents and businesses were asked to stay indoors, particularly those downwind of the fire in the Parkers Road direction. Chrissy Small spoke to one worker who had come across the fire soon after 6 a.m, which he described as being relatively small.
Michael from Sea Dragon, I believe you were witness to the beginning of this fire, or near enough?
Yes, I seen it start this morning.
What time was that?
I got about here about 20 past 6.
So that's, and what did you first see?
A little bit of smoke and a little bit of fire coming out of the back of the truck.
Okay, and were you aware that the driver had to disengage the trailer?
No, I didn't see that, but no, I seen the fire department turn up.
Did you hear any explosions?
There was a couple of bangs and pops, yeah.
So, okay, and when did the police arrive?
I think it was about 20 minutes after I turned up.
Okay, so they've been sending traffic off in other directions?
Yes, it became very chaotic and all the streets were closed off and everyone turning up at work.
Do you know if there's any injuries?
I didn't see any, but the ambulance was here, yes.
So it's been an ongoing thing. We're just after 9 o'clock, so it's been quite a fire.
Yes, it has. It was a massive blaze at one stage. It was very high, a lot of smoke.
Were you concerned for your safety?
Oh no, we were far enough away that, yeah. There was a lot of people standing there watching it very close though.
Really?
Yes.
Was that before the police got involved?
Once the fire department here, there were still people standing around watching.
Yep. Well, they like to tempt fate, don't they?
People like to tempt fate, they do, don't they? Yes. Yep.
Thank you very much.
That's no problem.
At the time of going to air, the cause of the fire was still not known. Nelson hosted the New Zealand Arboricultural Association annual competition last Friday and Saturday to find out the best of the best to represent New Zealand at the next World Champs. I spoke to organiser David James to find out more about this event. David James, you've organised this competition today, and fantastic job you've done so far. Can you tell us a little bit about the competition and what's going on here?
Yeah, thanks very much, Graham. Yeah, the competition is the New Zealand National Tree Climbing Competition, or we call it the Tree Climbing Championship, and we've got several climbers up in the trees already. You might be able to see them, and they're doing what they'd normally do in their workday. For instance, today the two events we're doing are the speed climb, the belayed speed climb, and the footlock. And just to give you, you've probably been watching, that's the time from the time they leave the ground to the time they ring the bell at the top. And quite interesting, a bit later on tonight, if you hang around, we've got the current world record holder for the females, Nikki Ward-Allen. She'll be climbing probably around about 5:30, so we're expecting a top time from her. And then tomorrow the guys and girls come back and they do 3 other events. The work climb, which is in this tree here behind us, this great big nice cedar, and they'll do everything they do in a work day. They'll go to different stations in the tree, ring bells, or do tasks like throw logs out of the tree, mimic pruning branches off a tree, and then they'll come down and land, and you'll see the bullseye over there, somewhere over there, bullseye on the ground, and they've got to land there and they get bonus points for wherever they land. Yeah, and then a couple of the other events they do, there's an aerial rescue just along a wee bit from where we are. They've got to rescue a dummy. Their time, they've got 5 minutes max, so they want to do it in under 5 minutes to get up into the tree and get the dummy down. And then the last event they do in the preliminary events is the throw line, where we use a small weighted bag filled with shot, and we fire that into a tree by hand, and then use that to pull our climbing line, and that's how we access the tree. Because you might have been looking here and thinking, how the heck did they get up there? Well, it's just with our use of a throw line. So we throw into the tree, then pull our climbing line up. So the whole time from when we leave the ground to when we get up to do whatever we're doing, we're always connected to the tree, no free climbing. Yep, and then the top climbers that we'll be choosing the top 4 men, the top 2 women, they'll compete in the Masters climb, and it's not for old people as some people think. For Masters, it's the best of the best. So the top guys, the top girls, they'll compete in one tree. They'll have half an hour to do everything in that tree. So all the preliminary events that you see, we put that together in one event, and so they've got to go from the ground into the tree, ring a whole lot of bells and do some tasks in the tree and get down within 30 minutes. And then from that we'll have a winner. And the winners from there, but wait, there's more. The winners, they'll get to go to San Antonio in Texas next year to represent the New Zealand chapter at the International Tree Climbing Competition. And so that's a buzz. Like, a lot of them want to do that. And currently, just in the top of the tree we're looking at now, the footlock tree, you'll see Scott Forrest up there. He's a previous world champion. And Nikki, who's the world record holder for the footlock climbing a bit later on, she was a previous female world champion. So New Zealand rocks. Tree climbing, we're it.
That's right. I mean, you seem to have a lot of world-class people here, and this is a competition where they're going to get to go and compete in that world-class competition?
That's right, yeah. There's the best of the best all gathered together in the world, and New Zealand, we've had 4 world champion climbers to date. Scott, he's a 3 times world champion. Chrissy Spence, she's won it 3 times as well. Nikki's won it a couple of times, and Elena O'Neill she's down deep south, down Dunedin way, she's also won it 1 year. So we're pretty good, yeah.
And you put all this event together, and how hard has that been?
Well, it's always a challenge to put an event on, but I've got a really good committee behind me, guys and girls that are passionate about what they do. We love trees and we love climbing trees, so it's pretty easy, really. And the help of Husqvarna, I must mention them because they're our major sponsor. They pour a lot of money into the competition to assist us in what we're doing, and we really appreciate their input, as well as a whole lot of other lower level sponsors that are really important to helping us put on such an event.
That's great. And are you competing yourself?
No, not me, no. I enjoy judging, although at this event I'm not judging because I'm too busy running around. Yeah.
Hey, thanks very much for the work that you do, and good luck for everything over the weekend.
That's great. Thanks, Graham. Appreciate it.
The Treescape Men's Masters was taken out by Dale Thomas, while Steph White took out the Asplund Women's Masters. I caught up with Steph at the event on the weekend. Steph, you represented New Zealand at the Florida competition earlier this year. How was it for you?
Sensational, really good exposure for New Zealand to be over at the Worlds. We usually do really well. We had a returning world champion. It's the World International Tree Climbing Competition. So there's many countries that go, sort of 18 countries, a field of 80 climbers, sort of 18 to 20 women and 60 men. So there's a lot of climbers doing their best to win, yeah.
You know, that's just huge numbers, isn't it?
It is. It's not a true representative of how many people are working in the field, but there's still, there's up to 2,000 in New Zealand that are working arborists, so it's a small collection, really.
And what got you into it? Is it just a hobby for you?
I got into it through doing arboriculture, so I'm a qualified arborist, work in Arrowtown. It's just another niche activity to do. It keeps you up to date with new technology, new equipment that's out on the market, and safety working in the trees. Yeah.
And you really like the competitions to sort of show off what you've been learning?
Yeah, for sure. It's always a tough ask when there's really good climbers in the country, so it's always a challenge every time. Yeah.
Excellent, Steph. Thanks very much, and good luck for the rest of the competition.
Thanks very much.
No rest for the crew of the Nelson Marlborough Rescue Helicopter, who responded to 3 separate call-outs on Saturday. In the first, a 17-year-old male was airlifted to Nelson Hospital after falling during a ski jump at the Rainbow Ski Field, landing heavily on his back and causing a spinal injury. The helicopter then attended to a woman who had fallen from a horse in the 88 Valley Road area. Suffering an injury to her neck, she was immobilised by the helicopter's paramedic before being airlifted to Nelson Hospital. Following that, the rescue service responded to the Port Underwood area in Marlborough Sounds for a young male suffering chest pains. He was flown to Wellington Hospital for further assessment. NMIT has begun advertising its enrolments for next year's study. I spoke to Virginia Watson about the trends for enrolments and what courses are proving popular. Virginia, NMIT has just launched its campaign to enrol students for 2016. Do you think you'll be seeing a trend of students bypassing university for local NMIT study?
Thanks, Graham. Yes, we have just launched our major recruitment campaign for 2016, and we've done things a bit differently this time. We're focusing on graduates of NMIT who have gone on to do something really cool, and so we're celebrating their talent and capability, and the message for the campaign is, I'm so glad I did. So I'm so glad they came to NMIT. Yeah. So just to answer the question, we are seeing a lot more and more of that. I don't have the numbers to back me up, but we do see more students bypassing university. And the reason for that, well, you're always going to get young people that leave school and they're going to want to, leave the province. That's normal. We expect that. But some of the ones are now sort of looking at the cost of study, they're looking at the cost of living away, and they're thinking, gee, I can get a good or better degree right here and not end up with the big debt that you do with going away to university.
Sure, and that must be really important for especially young school leavers.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's two reasons. There's some of them it's a big cost, and so by staying locally, you can stay at home, live out of mum and dad's fridge, and study locally. You've also got all your friends and family around you. And some students, they go off to university and then they come back to NMIT and said, well, university's it's not for me. Great big class sizes is overwhelming. It's just not how I want to study. And so we see some of them coming back and then enrolling here and enjoying the smaller class sizes and living at home and having their friends around with them. Yeah.
And that's the university students. How about some of the younger ones, some of the young school leavers? Does NMIT offer much for them as well?
Well, we actually offer half a degree for free for school leavers. So anyone who's coming out of Year 13, top of the south, so Nelson, Marlborough, West Coast, they can apply here and they only pay half their tuition fees that's for our degree programs. So it's a huge incentive for them to stay in the region.
Yeah, that's fantastic. What a great thing. And can you tell us about some of the most popular courses that students are enrolling in here at NMIT?
Okay, we've got a really broad range of courses. There's over 100 programs here at NMIT. We tend to, or in the last few years, we've realised that we need to, or we can specialise. Nelson and Marlborough are really excellent at aquaculture, viticulture and winemaking, aviation and marine. So NMIT have reflected that, I guess, regional specialism, and we offer really good programs in those 4 areas, and some of those are quite unique in New Zealand. So particularly with marine, we've got the International Maritime of New Zealand sitting right here at NMIT, and same with the others. We specialise, but we also have business. We have nursing is hugely popular with NMIT. We run a really good nursing program. IT, cookery, trades, you name it. I guess in terms of straight numbers would be our management, accounting and IT would be our biggest on numbers, but I guess what we're saying is really important in terms of our regional identity is those 4 specialisms.
Sure, yeah, and we were actually up at the maritime courses the other day, and I'm sure our viewers would agree that we were pretty impressed with what we saw up there. Oh,
that's an amazing facility. We've invested, $9 million in a simulator, so students are getting the real sort of on-ship experience in a classroom. Yeah.
Is NMIT also offering online courses?
Yes, there's 2 answers to that question. I guess because we're all about modern learning, a lot of our programs, or just about all of our programs, have an online component. So you jump in there, grab your notes, listen to a lecture or something online. But we also have some fully online programs. So we've got, we deliver the New Zealand Institute of Management Diploma, and that's fully online. I've got a couple of others that are going that way.
Oh, and you've got an open day coming up, is that correct?
Yes, so we have an open day here in Nelson, will be the 31st of October, and we're going to have a lot of fun this time. So we've got, because we're all about practical, hands-on education, we're going to, put our money where our mouth is, and we're offering, there's 4 or 5 different things you can come along and do that day. So you can do a car check, you can learn how to make great coffee, you can go to the beauty and learn how to look great in 5 minutes. So some of these sort of very hands-on, 20-minute learning type things we'll be offering on open day.
I look forward to coming and seeing that. Virginia, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
A chance for people to sing out to make a patriotic stand is coming to a place near you. Chrissy Small spoke to organiser Cheryl Cooper to find out more about what inspired this event coming up this month.
I'm here with Cheryl Cooper, who is an organiser of an event called One Voice. It's about our New Zealand anthem, and Cheryl's in the studio to tell us a bit more about what this is all about, what has inspired it, and how can people get involved. So,
well, New Zealand Anthem One Voice is about a few months ago, or last year, I was watching on a program and people were singing the national anthem. But they weren't. They were just mouthing away. There was nothing coming out. They didn't know. So I hit on this idea that I would download it and I'd look at it carefully and think, now how can I get this that people will actually sing it? So I ended up making it quite small, Mary on one side, English on the other, and I folded it up like a concertina.
yes.
And it fits into people's wallets. So that was okay. So I got quite a few printed off and had them and thought, what will I do now? Then I met up with Paula Nichols, and she had a thought that we really should learn our anthem. It's a beautiful anthem. It inspires people to come together. When you hear the sound of the shell that Cindy Ruakura, that shell comes through first, and then she sings the Maori, then it comes through to the actual, we go into the English, and it has everything in it. You know, it talks about freedom for our country. It talks about, one part it says about the vanguard. That's our troops overseas that are standing in another country and they're actually fighting for this country.
Right.
And we need to bring pride into our country.
So, is this also related to the change in flag? Has this kind of been
No,
part of
it's
the inspiration?
non-political. Actually, it all started, over 14 months ago. The flag hadn't even started.
Okay.
There's nothing to do with it. It's non-political, non-religious. It's just two people have come together to say, come on, we have a beautiful country. We really have, and we really want to promote it. You go overseas, and even the comments we've had from Facebook have come back. And they say, oh gosh, when we hear our national anthem, you know, we really want to stand up and say, this is our country. I belong. I'm a New Zealander.
Right.
I have pride in my nation.
Okay, so this One Voice, it's you want people to come together to sing the anthem.
Yes, we do. We have put together a little package what explains all about it. Now, Labour Day is a particular day. It's an ordinary person's day.
Right.
It's a day that it's a holiday for just ordinary people, so we chose that day. And we thought at 12 o'clock on a Sunday, because it's the middle of the weekend, and instead of people having to rush off to one place, hey, let's just stop and sing our anthem.
So it'll be like a flash dance, but it'll be
yes,
a flash voice.
A flash voice instead. You've got it. That's absolutely awesome.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are these going to be taking place?
We have gatherings, and I've just had an update has given to me because people register, and we have in Richmond the Richmond Court.
Yes, food court
there.
In the mall.
The Kinross Stadium, that's in Blenheim, I think. Baptist Church Car Park, Swarthy Road. There's Washbourne Gardens, Havelock Pavilion, Dex Reserve Motueka, Richmond Church of Christ, Junction Life Church Hamner Springs, North Beach in Christchurch, Marriott Road. It's being updated continually.
Right, so it's not just this region, it's spreading.
It is spreading.
It's like a virus,
yes,
it's kind of spreading.
Yes, we started at the top of the south, just bringing it through this area, but it's actually spread.
Right.
It's gone a long way.
Okay.
So, and people just need to come together and sing the anthem. Some people are having picnics.
Lovely.
Yes, they're making a little bit of a day of it.
So it's a real patriotic thing to do.
It's a patriotic thing to do, yes.
So what do you think about, I mean, we're just slightly... We're looking at the fact that people are having to choose a flag. What would you say if we suddenly decided the anthem wasn't doing it and we were looking at changing the anthem? How would you feel about that?
I'd be very sad, because I think the anthem does everything. If you take our national anthem into another country and they hear it, they come up and say, this is awesome.
Right.
So let's look at it worldwide. You know, our little New Zealand, bless its heart, little New Zealand has the most awesome, fantastic national anthem. And it speaks volumes to protect our land. It speaks, you know, it's a good name. It's good. It's just standing together. It doesn't matter who people are. as long as they're from New Zealand.
Right. So Cheryl, okay, so how can people enlist and enrol in this this journey of singing?
It's actually written, there's a Facebook page, they just go into New Zealand Anthem.
One Voice?
One Voice.
Okay. Or email New Zealand Anthem One Voice at gmail.com.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
And we've dropped these, a lot of places they are. There's restaurants are involved as well.
Right.
Which is quite amazing how that actually came about. The nursing homes, we've even gone into the nursing homes because our old people know about our national anthem.
Okay, so you've got these flyers around.
We have.
And on the back are all the words.
Yes, they are.
So there's no need to just mime singing.
No.
There's no excuses now.
Yes, and we do have these ones as well, which you fold up. And they just fold into a little credit card size.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
and they will fit into your wallet. So if you go overseas and you take it and people say, oh, can you put something on for us, a concert or something? Hey, you've got it in your bag.
oh,
You've got an anthem.
That's lovely. I'll have that
You
one.
can have that one.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Cheryl Cooper, for your time today, and I'll make sure that I'm there on the 25th of October. Probably at the Richmond Mall, I would say.
Could well be.
And it'll be great to hear everyone singing and exercising their lungs.
That will be lovely. Thank you.
After the break, we'll bring you the latest weather update and some events and happenings coming up from around the region.
Edward Gibbon, the bathroom specialist, have a great range of bathroom ideas at their showroom at 23 McGlashan Ave in Richmond. Call in and check out some of the latest bathroom designs and fittings. Edward Gibbon, the bathroom plumbing and drainage supply specialist, 23 McGlashan Ave, Richmond.
I'm Francis from Nelson Auto Glass. We repair all auto glass, stone chips, windscreen replacements, scratch removal.
If you have an auto glass issue, our team will sort it.
Nelson Auto Glass Specialist, 84 Vanguard Street, Nelson.
Are you looking for a scooter, walker, wheelchair, baby seats or pushchairs? Then come in and see the Nelson Region Specialist at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library. We have a huge selection of scooters, walkers, wheelchairs and accessories, along with a free booklet guide. We also provide a breakdown service if you ever get a puncture or a flat battery. We have fully equipped service vans to rescue you. Hi, I'm Robin Jordan and I invite you to call in and see the friendly team at Mobility for You, 269 Queen Street, Richmond, opposite the library.
Welcome me hearties to Smuggler's Pub and Cafe, famous for hearty meals, craft ales and a friendly service way. Sensational seasonal menus with meals all day and evening too, or sail in for a snack with special menus for young smugglers and you. Settle in for a jolly old time, relax and enjoy our award-winning dining and a lovely fine wine. Decked out in an old worldly way, we're open 7 days. Book or come on in to 8 Muritai Street, not far from a beach walk or swim. Phone 546408.
We're the team at JCar, right here in Nelson, 120 Hardy Street. Our shop is full of electronic items,
including security alarm systems, electronic components,
solar and power,
electronics toys,
sound systems, cables, and much, much more. JCar.
120 Hardy Street, Nelson.
Victory 60 Plus is on Tuesdays at 1:30 through to 3:30 p.m. at 238 Upper Vanguard Street. You can join in for cards, games and a cuppa.
On behalf of the team here at Mainland Television News, thank you for joining us, and we'll bring you the latest news and events from around the region again tomorrow.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
G'day, it's your old mate the Mad Butcher, and you're watching Mainland TV.
Are you tired of endless reality shows? Would you prefer to watch captivating documentaries,
They have swallowed cars.
exciting movies,
Go ahead, load up and shoot.
music for the soul,
How do you think I'd eat your fish and chips? I did, you're mistaken.
programming from around the world, places to visit, local news and views?
I'm Graham O'Brien, and today's bulletin. Do you want to change the flag?
No, I don't want to change the flag.
Stay tuned to Mainland TV, your local station.
World War I was a defining period in our history, impacting greatly on the lives of people from the Nelson province. Memories of the First World War is an exhibition which will be displayed in a number of regional venues and is currently on at the Nelson Provincial Museum.
Nelson Tire Center. Great prices, great service. Buy your own Bryford trailer. All types, all sizes. See Colin Douglas for your tires and batteries.
This is a beautiful 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom home. It's a large internal access double garage. It fits 2 cars nicely with a little workshop bench at the end of it. In this room we have 2 large lazy boys, a 3-seater and a 2-seater leather lounge suite, 50-inch Samsung TV and a heat pump. Features are a cathedral ceiling and of course that beautiful view.
For relatively little cost, you too can sell your house. Do it yourself. You're the best person to promote and sell your own house. Your personal endorsement is the best selling proposition. Put yourself on screen and sell it. You know the attractions of your house. You know it better than anybody else. So, get up there and tell us all about it. Sell it.
Upstairs we have 3 bedrooms. One of these has a full ensuite, that's the master bedroom, with large bifold doors. Now out these bifold doors you get to a wraparound deck area that faces northwest, and this is lovely in the morning for sitting and having your coffee.
Hawk Films is now producing for you an advertising package and a broadcasting service at a price far lower than you would expect. We will produce your advertising video and feature it across TV, radio and electronic media. Your message will be up to 3 minutes long and it'll be broadcast 5 times a day on radio and TV. 5 times a day. And it will be listed online all day, every day, for exposure to your potential buyers. You can also use the ad and the photos to promote your house on radio, TV, Trade Me and other real estate sites. We can also offer drone aerial shots for a totally different viewpoint from the one you would normally see. Selling your house is up to you and your solicitor. We're here to merely add value to your advertising strategy. Give me a call and let's get your property on the market. Or better still, email or text me and I'll call you back.
Edward Gibbon, the bathroom specialist, have a great range of bathroom ideas at their showroom at 23 McGlashan Ave in Richmond. Call in and check out some of the latest bathroom designs and fittings. Edward Gibbon, the bathroom plumbing and drainage supply specialist, 23 McGlashan Ave, Richmond.
We're the team at JCar, right here in Nelson, 120 Hardy Street. Our shop is full of electronic items,
including security alarm systems, electronic components,
solar and power,
electronics toys,
sound systems, cables, and much, much more. JCar.
120 Hardy Street, Nelson.